The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users, on demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments on an array of topics that you are missing if you're not checking that. Whether you agree with what I say in there or not, feel free, have at it. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. Welcome to the show. We have breaking news out of Israel where the elections have ended in a stalemate, and we're going to take a look at what that means to the President of the United States' vision of reinstituting meaningful peace talks in the Middle East. The process bogged down over the past 8 years of the Bush administration. But before we get to that, Jenny is back with us as she was yesterday with the latest from Australia, where the bushfires in southeast Australia have claimed, at least by the last count that I see, Jenny, 181 lives. In the Kings Lake area, 35 people died. They've allowed people to return to their homes today. On one street alone, ladies and gentlemen, of Kings Lake, 47 homes were destroyed, 20 people dead. One block alone. Is the fact that people are being allowed back into some of these areas a sign that, Jenny, it's starting to subside a little bit?
Good morning, Gary. Hello, everyone. Well, Gary, from what we've seen on the TV, the problem why they wouldn't let people back into there was there were still burning trees along the sides of the roads. They were dangerous. Limbs were falling off. Roads had to be cleared from smashed cars, burnt out cars, and the roads had to be tidied up in general because they were just too dangerous for the residents to get back to their villages. They will not let the general public in. There's no sightseeing allowed whatsoever. These areas are still too dangerous. I'm a bit too close to my mic. Okay, Sonny, got that. Now, what's been happening? Overnight, the winds have calmed down. The temperature is cooler. This has enabled the army and the bushfire people to get in and make containment breaks, do back burning. The army has put in 50 kilometres of containment lines overnight, and they're hoping to have 100 kilometres done by the end of the week. Sunday apparently is going to be another dangerous day for us with high temperatures and wind change from the north. So that's going to be nasty. At the moment, the winds are blowing from the south, but they're not strong winds. But the fires are moving north. Once the wind changes from the north and starts heading south, they're worried about two fires joining up, and that could be quite explosive and will affect the water catchment area for Melbourne. So the fire brigades are very concerned about that. Somebody in the room asked me yesterday the extent of the damage, and I really didn't know. But they broadcasted a figure last night. The fires have burnt 450,000 hectares of land so far. And I translated it, for lack of a better term, into acres. It's over 1,100,000 acres of land that's just been parched. It's gone, it's burnt. Over 800 houses have been burnt to the ground. Now, on sort of a more positive note of what's going on, trucks have arrived from over the New South Wales border into Victoria, and they've carried in yesterday 170 tonnes of hay on 8 semis for the animals. Lots and lots of animals have been burnt. Many are being put to sleep. Those that can be saved are being saved. Have you seen the koala that one of the fire brigade men gave a bottle of water to? That was a wild animal, and that poor little koala just sat on the ground and he drank the whole bottle of water. You know, the myth of koalas is here that they don't drink. He was one thirsty little fella, that one. There was another great picture that's come out too, was one of the firemen with a tiny baby possum on his shoulder. That's a good one. So those animals will all go into care and they'll be looked after. Now there's more semi-trailers of hay coming back down from the north of New South Wales into Victoria today, so the animals are all being looked after. There's been several semi-trailers of clothing and furniture coming down to the people. Granted, they're all second-hand, but that just doesn't matter. A chair is a chair. A jumper's a jumper if you're cold. Okay, there's another good thing that's going around, and it's been called a shoebox appeal. And this could apply to a disaster anywhere. Grab an empty shoebox, go down the toiletries aisle of your local supermarket, toothpaste, toothbrush, a comb, cake of soap, roll of toilet paper, small bottle of shampoo, stick it all into a shoebox, put a ribbon on it, and we've got drop-off points. All those are being taken into the people because everybody needs just those personal things. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, we have the Minister of Police, Christine Nixon. She's such a well-respected woman here. She was due to retire next month. How can you donate? To the redcross.org.au. Yeah, I get a bit nervous when I speak to this many people. Give me a set of tunes and I'm a lot happier. Okay, Mrs. Christine Nixon. She's very, very well respected here. She is the Minister for Police in Victoria. She was due to retire next month. Instead, she's taking on the position to organise the rebuilding of all the infrastructure in these areas. The post offices, the police stations, the schools, getting the roads and the power, the sewerage and everything reorganised. That committee's been done. I heard yesterday also that one insurance company has already paid out a person's insurance. So the insurance companies are right onto it. They're paying out money already so that people can